This is the 2019 Nissan Note e-Power, the hybrid successor to the 2016 petrol version, and in this video we're going to talk about the exterior, the interior, the engine, and we're going to do a first timers review of it to see if you buy the car for the first time, how easy is it going to be for you as the first time buyer. Familiarize yourself with the car. Because it's the facelift version of the 2016 model, first you see the bonnet has swooped down a bit. The headlights are a new design with daytime running lights. And if you need to know if this is the hybrid version, then you see this blue lining here on the grille where you have the Nissan logo. And for the first time view of the front, somehow looks like a bag, but the different lines and cuts and curves make it look quite admirable. Moving over to the side, you get 14-inch tires which come in steelies. You have the e-power plug over here. And from the side, there isn't much to it. It's still the same Nissan Note design from the side, but for this you get black trims on the windows, a cutout over here, the side mirrors with the indicator lights over there. The doors, they open quite wide, they feel solid, and also the back doors have a solid feel to them and open wide. You have the fuel filler cap over there, new taillight design, Nissan Note plaque over there, the Note badge over there, the Nissan logo, the e-power plug, and down here you get the reflective panels, a big rear window and a small wiper. And that's the much of it for this Nissan's Note exterior. So now shall we check out the inside? So on the driver's seat, the first thing you notice is that the steering wheel is quite minimal. You don't have any buttons on the steering wheel, which is quite interesting. Behind the steering wheel on the right, you have the indicator and light signals. On the left, you have the windshield wiper controls. Down to the right of the steering wheel, you get collision alert, side mirror adjustment wheel, seat emergency braking on and off, traction control on and off, headlight height adjustments, and lane assist on and off. The instrument cluster is all digital. You get different information about it for speed, how much fuel you have on, the gear that you're on, the ratio from the engine to the battery to the tires. The materials on the inside, I'd say that basically everywhere is just plastic. Here in the middle, at least the plastic is glossy black, but everywhere else, scratchy plastic. Not that bad, but the door handles again, plastic, but they feel a bit premium. On the doors, you get a single cup holder and some almost pointless storage space. Then you have the window controls on the driver's armrest. On the instrument cluster, you have a small screen, a 6.5-inch touchscreen display. Above it, you have the vents. Below it, you have a wheel to control the AC, the fan speed, the temperature, and a small screen that tells you all that information. And down here, you have another pointless storage space to put your keys, two cup holders, and here at the middle you have this boxy thingy where you have the gear selector, which is a quite interesting gear selector. The instructions over there, a manual handbrake, a drive mode selector, a place to hold your phone, some storage space between the seats, and the seats all fabric and they have this nice white and black design. They're soft and comfy, and for you as the driver you get a good view of the front, a good view of the back. The side mirrors are also big enough. The rear view mirror is all digital, which we'll see how it is on the road because it's quite new for me. I'm used to the normal rear view mirror. And down here where you have the glove box space, which is a decent amount of storage space. Here at the front, I wouldn't really fault it that much. Let's say let's give it like a 6 out of 10. At the back seats, it's quite comfortable. The seats are quite comfy, quite soft. Fabric again, steel fabric seats with a black and white design. This driver seat is in my driving position. I'm 5'11". I have tons of knee room. Leg room not that much because you have a hump below the front seat because this is where you have the batteries. The batteries are from the front to the seat. So you get a bit of a hump so you can squeeze your feet below the driver's seat. Likewise to the passenger seat. But again, you get enough knee room, headroom, brilliant. The back windows goes the way down, which is a good thing. But again, the quality at the back isn't that good. Scratchy plastics everywhere. Down here, you get a single cup holder on the door, as some space to hold your phone to, grab handles, and that's the much of it here at the back seats of this Nissan Note e-Power. Let's check out the boot. For the boot, you get a decent amount of storage space. As you can see, I have a lot of things here at the boot, and all these have fit just in the boot. And still, we haven't moved the front seats. The front seats can lie all the way down, which you get about 690 to 700 liters of storage space. But at the moment, we're averaging about 290 to 300 liters, which is a decent amount of storage space. And somewhere I've realized the rear view camera, which also gives feed to the digital rear view mirror on the inside. Now, let's talk about the engine. Now, this Nissan Note e-Power comes with a 1.2 liter inline 3 HR12BE engine that actually has a generator for the 80 kilowatt or 109 horsepower electric motor, driving 240 Newton meters of torque to the front wheels via single speed automatic transmission. The 1.5 kilowatt hour battery capacity, though smaller, is borrowed from its sister, the Nissan Leaf. But good thing, get one pedal driving, Nissan Note's e-pedal, which is very convenient for city driving. Now, let's see how all this translates on the road. This is my first drive in the Nissan Note. You don't feel the whistling sound that you get in most of these EVs. The cabin is quite silent. The windows are big, so you get enough cabin light on the inside. Right now I'm driving on some rough patch of land. The suspension isn't that good, but you can't fault it. But again, fairly absorbs the bumps whenever you need it. The car is still quite comfortable even in this rough patch of road. The steering wheel is very light because it's electrically power assisted, and the turning circle is just 9.8 meters, perfect for tight parking spaces. Because it's a hybrid, when you start driving the car, you start on electric power. When you stall, the engine goes off, but then you turn back to electric. Again, you want to see how easy it is for you as a first time buyer to familiarize yourself with the car and what numbers would get for this Nissan Note e-Power. So right now I want to go on the road. The flat bottom steering wheel makes it look so cool, and it's even better on the Nismo with red accents. You get quite a bit of road noise, which reverberates in the cabin, which is something quite interesting. I didn't expect that. But you don't get any wind noise from the mirrors. They ain't that big enough. They don't cause a lot of wild wind. But then again, they give you a good enough depth of view from the outside. The front view mirror is quite big. The view of the back doesn't matter because these e-powers, these Nissan Note e-powers, they come with a digital rear view mirror. The seats are very comfortable. The throttle response in this hybrid is quite fast. There isn't that much of a delay to it. And as I'm seeing here on the dash, it's like the engine is charging the battery, then the battery is driving the tires. I'm averaging about 20 kilometers to the liter, electric power alone. The engine has kicked in now and 18.8 kilometers to the liter. One thing about this car, you need to be very keen with it. Yeah? Something that I've realized, which will not be the car's fault, but mainly the driver's fault, is that for this you don't get the manual gear, the manual gear shifter. Yeah, this knob over here, it's quite easy to miss, especially if you're in a hurry. So you might be driving and you get to the place where you're getting to, and maybe you're a bit preoccupied. You might leave the car on drive and get out of the car. Although there is some beeping to it, this car can very easily roll without you knowing it. So you need to be a bit careful with it. But generally, I'll say on the road, the Nissan Note e-Power is a good car to drive. You can buy it now and take it on the road and drive it and get to understand it. I've just been with the car for about 10 minutes or so. I've already familiarized myself with a few things here and there. You get all the parts that you need for owning a hybrid, you get from this car. And even for the reason of it being a small crossover, it ticks the box on practicality, it ticks the box on fuel efficiency, it ticks the box on ease of drivability, comfortability. It ticks all the boxes. If you're carrying a lot of people, the car is a bit low. Okay, the car is quite low. So if maybe you're doing maybe you're carrying some luggage or 2, 3, 4, 5 people, you might need to be careful on the bumps. Another thing that I've noticed, which is not a good thing, having a digital rear view mirror, it has a lot of glare to it. Especially when you're driving, like right now we're driving in the sun. It's turning out to be a bit challenging to use it because when I need to look outside, my eyes have to first look through the glare that is coming from the sun, and a bit of shining from it, which is not a good thing. I'd rather have it as the usual glass mirror that it usually is, rather than this digital mirror. because I've just spent about like 10 minutes with the car and I've already realized that that is not a good thing. But maybe because I'm used to the normal one. Yeah, maybe that's why it's taking me a bit of time to get used to it. But that's just not it. As a potential buyer, if you can look through the cheap interior quality, you might need to consider complex maintenance requirements, higher EV original parts costs because you don't want to mess with the cooling and battery systems, plus compromise highway efficiency because the engine has to run hard to keep the battery charged at highway speeds of 110 kilometers per hour. But generally, the Nissan Note e-Power is a brilliant car to drive. Value for money, you'd have to spend some time with the car to know if it's actually good value for money for you. But for me, I'd say it takes all the boxes that you might need it to tick. And if you like better quality, you can go for the medalist trim. If you need more power, you can go for the 100 kilowatt or 134 horsepower, 320 newton meters of torque Nismo or Nismo S. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, don't just know the car, know about the car.